This is the Kyosho Fazer Mk2 and I've got the Dodge Challenger 2015 Challenger SRT. We're going to take this to the skate park. Bad idea? Probably. Should we do it? Definitely. Let's go. Chances are you've seen this thing before, because it was released 3 years ago. So what you may not know is this is the same base as the Kyosho Mad Van. We've got the brush version here, 14 turn, 550 brushless motor. It's the same Mark II platform, so it's a four-wheel drive system. One thing I like about the system is it's all 2mm hex screws. It's 3 years old now, you've seen this before. Today we just want to get this onto the course, the same course that just ate my armor, and we'll see how we go. Let's do it. Just had that out at the skate park, and that's for its maiden drive. Now I've cleaned it up. It's covered in scratches and stuff, but I thought you don't need to see another review. There are plenty of those out there. This thing's been around for 3 years. What I will tell you about is what I broke. I'm wondering why that was dragging. Just lost our bottom lip. The other side's still on. That tore off early on. The other breakage I had, it was only a body thing as well, was the back of the body here. You can see that's kind of busted. Now underneath we had some scratches. We did actually get some air, and I didn't mean to get air on this thing when I was driving it, but I mean, I took it to a skate park, so oh no! Didn't I do that? It's standing up to it so far. We've had a bit of a muddy run in, but everything's good. Nice. The tyres on this I also noticed are different to the tyres that were on the other car we drove with. You can see in the picture there. These are a different tyre. They're to match this model, I suppose. The battery I ran in it was a 6.2 amp 2S hard case. I reckon that would have given us about 25 minutes of drive time. So your more common 5 amp size, 20 minutes is probably about reasonable. I also estimate this thing probably is capable of about 40 kilometers an hour or 25 miles an hour, I think, roughly. Just looking at it. I haven't looked up the specs, I must admit, but it'll be within 5k's either side of that. It's not a super fast car, but it's a 14 turn brush motor, so that's not bad. Traxxas gives you 12 turn, the Titan. That'll be a slightly faster motor, but higher heat, high power drain too. It's a good balance they've got here. Yeah, this thing is fun as. The only other issue I had was the beautiful little brake. See if we can show it moving here. The brake, disc brakes move inside fixed calipers. What a clever trick that is. The only problem is, I don't know if it comes out too well on this. I think so. See the scoring on the disc? That's from gravel and crud that just got caught between the disc and the caliper. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to fix the body and I'm going to take the calipers off so that they don't get in the way. They look great, but you don't really notice them when you're driving. I might also stick some lights in here. Now you see also, there's no rear bumper underneath here. It's all body. So it's little wonder that hitting this thing backwards into stuff, like sliding into concrete, it's little wonder that that caused damage. The front has this beautiful foam thing, but it's also too far back. A lot of deforming before you actually hit that foam. It's a shame that that foam doesn't go all the way up. Kyosho have a lot of different bodies though, so it's the cost of flexibility, I guess. It would have been nice to see the body have some protection, because it really doesn't have much when you look at it like this. There's just all that gap front and rear. Now you can see that they're replaceable inside, they're modular, the rear is, but there's just a lot of polycarbonate that can take a lot of damage. I noticed you can make it wider as well. There are fatter hexes, we might fit those as well. The radio, not bad. Look, it's a bulky toy looking thing. 3-channel. 3-channel. Well, what's nice about it is you've got all these, you've got extra dials. So you've got endpoint for forward and reverse, so you can slow reverse right down. Throttle trim, of course, steering trim. Now steering dual rate, which in this case just determines how far your steering throw is. They've gone to the trouble of having 2 dials for throttle. That's great. I think I would have preferred to see 2 dials for endpoint so that you can adjust your steering. It steers better to the left than to the right. That's just a result of the bell crank steering setup. The other thing I noticed on this radio was that you've got your neutral point adjustment, so you get much greater throw this way and less on reverse. This is more for bashing, this is more for the track, so you've got some reverse, but really it's all about accuracy, so it increases your resolution for acceleration. That's really cool. This was a fun car. I'd recommend it if you have somewhere broad and flat to drive it. What we might do is see if we can get it to a track. There's an actual racetrack not too far from here. We'll see if we can get that out one weekend soon. That could be a fun day, so we might do that next time. Thanks for watching. Throw me a like if this was an interesting little chat. I appreciate you watching to the end, and I'll catch you next time on RC-TNT. That's a fun little story. It is, isn't it?